hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome in. New location unlocked. If you couldn't tell, this is my closet. This is not in my apartment because this would be the size of my apartment in New York City. This is in fact the closet that accompanied my bedroom when I was about, 15, 17, upwards until I moved out. So I figured today we would do something a little bit fun. We would look at the books that I collected when I was a little bit younger. This isn't going to be my pre-pubescent days. This is going to be a little bit older. Books that I thought really shaped me when I was cognizant enough to pretend to know what I was talking about. So I was thinking maybe we would film in here. I thought maybe we would be able to make this happen, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So we're gonna take some of the books out, we're gonna film in the light, and we're gonna do a little talk about them. So let's have fun. Love you, bye. Well, three boxes of books. And I hope that you understand that when I say in the most sincerest of ways that I tried not to look at these books so that I would have an air of surprise when I looked at them, that I'm being truthful, that is 100% the truth. Let's have fun. Let's get wild. Let's get wild. This first book, actually we're gonna go with this book because I think this is a little bit more of contemporary reads. This one, I Thought My Father Was God. This is a collection of short stories from NPR's National Story Project. I read this during COVID, I wanna say, 2020, so I was a little bit younger. I really didn't like that book. That was a little bit more boring than I thought it was gonna be. And I love NPR short stories, but this just didn't pack a punch as much as I wanted it to. So I think maybe we'll do a donation pile. I think that's what's gonna happen with this. So yeah, no. The Virgin Suicides. I actually never finished this book. Never finished it, but I absolutely love the movie by Sofia Coppola. Love it. And I love Kirsten Dunst. I don't care what anyone says. Never finished it. I'll keep it to the side. Disgrace. I love this book. This is one of the bleakest and saddest books I've ever read, and I might reread this. Definitely read this during COVID as well, so slightly younger self, but still looking for maturity in her world. Love that. Professor Andersen's Night by Dag Solstad. This book I have a very contentious relationship with. There's something about it that makes me want to hate it because it's really boring. But, I find as I've matured as a reader that boredom in books isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it can be quite good. So I'm still gonna get rid of it. Ew. The Bell Tolls for No One by Charles Bukowski. I was a big Bukowski head when I was about 15 to 17 years old. I read a lot of his books. I know that a lot of people dislike him, and there's definitely parts of his books that I absolutely detest, but when I find a book of his that I like, it really, really resonates with me. I think it was maybe Ham on Rye that I liked a lot. That's the one I think where he talks about his struggle with acne as a teen, and there's something about that just makes it feel very real. It's showing you the artist as a completely vulnerable, real person. I've never read The Bell Tolls for No One. I actually don't even remember getting this book, but I remember that I was much younger when I bought it. Or maybe did I buy it? I must have bought it, or maybe somebody gave it to me. I don't know. But maybe I'll keep this, sure, why not? Crazy girl. Okay, and then we have The Ego and the Id by Sigmund Freud. I was deep in it. When I was about, 18, 19 maybe. I bought this, deep in it. And never read it. Never did a little read-a-roo of it. Might still, I'll keep that in the keeper. There's so much cobweb on this. This is Junky by William S. Burroughs. On a beautiful cover, stunning, but unfortunately that's wasted. This is a book that makes me wonder how. I read this when I was going through Gettysburg with my parents. Probably the wrong time to read it. I'm gonna get rid of this book. Bye. In One Person by John Irving. I think I loved this book. I love John Irving. I don't care. The Innovators by Walter Isaacson. I love Walter Isaacson, but unfortunately this book was not it. I don't know, there was just something about this that I lost a lot of the excitement. Some of these chapters were incredibly long. Some of them were incredibly gripping. Some of them were incredibly fast. But overall, I felt like this book was not that great. The illuminating part of this was the chapter on Bill Gates, and it just showed you how much of like a little whiny baby he really is. So every time I see him now, I'm like, you're a little whiny baby. A little whiny baby. I don't think I need it. I'll get rid of it. Just Kids by Patti Smith. If you're of a certain age, of a certain type of person, this book was so profound in your growing up. It was so profound in your looking at the way of the world. This was a huge book when it came out. Still continues to be a huge book. I love Patti Smith. I think she's like a cool hippie aunt that I aspire to be. Put a couple of beads in my hair. I love it. Keep it. The Informers by Bret Easton Ellis. I really loved Bret Easton Ellis growing up. I don't think I really loved The Informers that much. Did I finish it? I must have finished it. I'll keep it though, because I feel like I would revisit this. Why not? Tender is the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I don't know what happened here. Something happened. This book I remember being incredibly depressed. I think I was going to New York City a lot. I was looking to move there, and this was my accompaniment on the megabus. The megabus is already depressing, incredibly depressing. There's a blue haze that follows you everywhere, and it's the, I don't know, chloroform that they use to clean the toilets. That married with this book made for a very depressing experience. I still liked it a lot though. I think I might get rid of it though, just because of this. Somebody else might love it more than me. White Oleander by Janet Fitch. I loved this book. I love the movie. Michelle Pfeiffer, Renee Zellweger, Robin Wright Penn. Oh my God, the trio, the trifecta. I remember sitting on a Walmart futon, getting a cramp in my neck and reading it, but I loved it. Good book, I'll keep it for nostalgic reasons. Robert Plant, I love Led Zeppelin. This was really insightful to see that he kind of gave himself a deadline of success and he was able to succeed. And we have the same hair. Some have said, are you related? The answer is no. I'm gonna keep that. I'll reread that, why not? Kurt Vonnegut, Slaughterhouse 5. This is a fantastic book. I don't care what anyone says, this is a great book. This is so fast, it's so weird. I read this in like a day, I couldn't put it down. Fantastic book. I like Kurt Vonnegut a lot. He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo, and weirdos unite, you know? I love that. I'm gonna get a little crazy. Is that wild? Fashion. Oh wow, I forgot about this book. Everything is Illuminated by, what the hell's his name? Jonathan Safran Foer. This is a book that I definitely got from the Goodwill, and it is a library version. It's got that ASMR crinkle. This book was a weird book. I don't think I loved it that much, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. I read this when I was still in high school. Very, very intelligent child. I read this. I got this for Christmas. I love it. This is a great, iconic book. I love this book. I loved it. I'm gonna keep that. Memories. All Alone in the Moonlight. Oh my God, there's so many books. Jesus. Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs by Chuck Klosterman. I think I liked this. It was a little bit broody, right? I was of an age of brooding. I don't hate his writing, but I don't remember anything super standout-ish about this. So, bye. Mrs. Hemingway by Naomi Wood. There was a period of time where a ton of books were coming out about Ernest Hemingway's wives. I think this was one, obviously. And then there was also The Paris Wife. And I can't tell you the difference between those two stories. So, Outer Dark by Cormac McCarthy. I never read this. I know exactly where I was when I bought this. I was in Norwalk, Connecticut. There was an antique sale store, and this was one of the books that I got. I never read it, so I'll keep it. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I'll keep this. I never read it. I don't know when I bought this, but I never read this book, and I feel like that's a shame. That's a pity. I'll keep that. And then these are all of my dad's Ernest Hemingway books that he has, and I think that they are startlingly gorgeous covers. To Have and Have Not. I haven't read this one, and I will read this because I'm on a recent resurgence of Ernest Hemingway love. I don't know what happened. There's just something in me. I think after I visited his home, I felt like I had a kinship to him, which I'm sure everybody feels when they visit his home, but especially it did something in me. We'll get to this later. The Door is crazy. Slouching Towards Bethlehem by Joan Didion. I liked this book. I'm going to keep this for sure, and I think I'll revisit it. I read this when I was working like 3 jobs, and one of them was as a waitress, and I would read this when it was slow. It was so movie-like. Oh God, anybody that saw me probably said, that's a character. I'll keep that, definitely. Oh, wow. Another Cormac McCarthy, The Crossing, Beautiful and Dangerous. Never read it. I'll keep it. Lady Chatterley's Lover, one of my favorite classics. I don't care what anyone says. This is a fantastic book about love, intimacy, lust. I think it's great. I love this. This is actually my high school copy, but I like the book so much that my, SUNY literature, I think was the class that I was taking. He gave it to me, so I'll keep that forever. Goodbye to Berlin by Isherwood. I read this during COVID. I remember I finished this when I was waiting in line for a COVID test. When they first rolled out, I waited 3 hours and I finished this book. Do I think that this is my favorite book of all time? No, definitely not. I think I'll end up giving this one away. This is definitely a prepubescent read. This is perfect. This is about body image in young girls, which was definitely good for me at that age, but I don't think I need it now. Ooh, hold on. Got a couple stragglers in here. Green Hills of Africa by Ernest Hemingway. Again, my dad's copy, which I have obviously not taken that great of care, but I'm gonna keep this, and I might even bring this back to New York. Fantastic, never read. Never read. The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test by Tom Wolfe. I read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I became obsessed with Ken Kesey. If you're unfamiliar, The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test by Tom Wolfe kind of follows Ken Kesey and his merry pranksters as they go across the United States. There's motorcyclists going by right now, which could be the merry pranksters, so it's very fitting, very cute. I don't think I need to... Do I want to reread this? Maybe. I mean, that's a great cover. Maybe. So difficult. The Thornbirds. I loved this book. This was a great slow burn of a read. Slow burn of a romance. About a priest that falls in love, right? And the love is forbidden. I think that's what that's about. I'd have to reread this. But a beautiful vintage copy. My parents got it for me at a tag sale when I was younger. And I read this pretty religiously for a lot of long, cold nights, and so I will not get rid of that. Snows of Mount Kilimanjaro. Again, Ernest Hemingway. I haven't read this one. Did I read it? I think I started to read this when I was in Florida. My dad's edition, I will always keep. Ray Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451. I read this when I was in high school independently. I read it on my own. I don't know if I... Will I keep this? I think I'll get rid of this. Good story, great story, but not like a standout that is a favorite by any means. Oh man, that one, this was a good book. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Yeah, that shaped me. Didn't that shape us all of a certain age? I feel like it did. I loved this book. Liked the movie a lot. I don't know. Should I get rid of it? I feel like I'll keep it for nostalgic reasons. This was a good book. A Visit from the Goon Squad. I remember I went to Borders, and I think I had a gift card, and I got this book and I read it in like a day. This is like a very great example of intersecting stories. Anytime that there's a good intersecting story, I'm always gonna like it. What can I say? I don't think I need it though. Oh man, A Clockwork Orange. Yeah, this was a weird book. This was a really, really weird book. It's like learning a new language. If you've ever read the book, the main characters kind of have their own language that they speak to each other in, and so you kind of have to keep on referencing the back of the book, or you just kind of fall into the flow of how they talk. So I don't think I need it though. I don't think I need that. Palo Alto by James Franco. Horrible book. Really bad. I bought this after coming back from California and I was very optimistic. Horrible. An Exorcist Tells His Story. I never read this, but this is about exorcisms. So I'll keep this. That sounds really interesting. Even Cowgirls Get the Blues by Tom Robbins. You know, I think I wanted to like this book more than I liked it. A friend gave this to me. The only thing I remember is that the main character has a huge thumb. A hitchhiking thumb. Which I don't need. The Paris Wife, the other Ernest Hemingway book, literally came out around the same time. I remember I liked them, I think, but I don't need that. I don't need it. So let's put some of my books back into here. We'll do a little montage. Boom! Boom. That was great. That was so cinematic and exciting for everyone involved. Now this is just one that I'm definitely probably, don't we love it? I'm probably gonna get rid of the majority of these books. These were just books that were given to me that I don't think are me, you know? I don't think they're me. Well, this wasn't given to me. I definitely bought this. Eclipse. New Moon. Twilight. Breaking Dawn. Another Breaking Dawn. Why? I read about the first 50 pages of Twilight and I couldn't get into it. Was not me, babe. So these will definitely be going. I'm probably just gonna put these right back in here. The Air, a novel, I don't know what that is. Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. Very out of character. Marley and Me, no, because I don't want to cry that hard. Kept Woman by Susan Donovan, no. Lisa Jackson, Runaway Jury, oh, interesting. Rebels Angels, no. Shopaholic, Ties the Knot. Dean Koontz, Velocity, that's actually a great cover. I remember starting to read this in a bathtub and I never finished it. Meg and a Shark. The Simple Truth. This, do I know what this is? Oh, oh my God. These are my old childhood. This is actually really cute. These are my old things about myself. Hi, my name is Anna. I'm a very good writer. I can spell a lot of things. I'm very, very good at running. That's one of my biggest hobbies. I still like running. I like to dress up at home, never at school. That hasn't changed. I don't like boys yet, but I will. Yeah. I like to read books a lot here and at home. Yes, I do. Well, I won't get rid of that. So, love it. Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby. This is also a box of books that my mom got at a tag sale that I'm definitely gonna keep because these are all classics. The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. Divine Comedy, which, you know, might happen. Goodbye, Mr. Chips by James Hilton. Price Stories of 1926 Society in the Arts and Sciences. Very cool. Oh, whoa. Christmas Gift to Mrs. and Mr. Pratt from her Sabbath School scholars, something of her class, December 25th, 1887. That's wild. Tennyson poems. Beautiful tag sale finds. Ooh, and now we've got this big boy, which, you know, I don't know. God, my old CDs. Something Borrowed. I'm not gonna do that. Dean Koontz. No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Margaret Truman, Murder at the FBI. Probably not. Oh my God, Beautiful You by Chuck Palahniuk. This is one of the worst Chuck Palahniuks I've ever read. Agatha Christie, oh my God, Murder on the Orient Express. I probably won't keep that. Flawless, a Pretty Little Liars novel. I read this, I remember, in a day. Factotum by Charles Bukowski. I bought this in the Strand bookstore in 2015. That was before I even moved there. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that book, but will I get rid of it? I don't know. Choke by Chuck Palahniuk. I just recently reread this, and I think that was like more than enough times reading that, so I'll get rid of that. The Fourth Hand by John Irving. I'll get rid of it. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I probably won't keep that. The Booster. I don't know what that is. The Devil in Massachusetts, a modern inquiry into the Salem witch trials. I'll read that. Our Game. No. All right, and then we have these collections that my cousin gave me when I was younger. This is Anne of Green Gables and Little Women. I never read them, including The Secret Garden and Black Beauty. What? That's crazy. Look at how cute those are. What do these even look like? Are these the full stories? Wow, they are. I remember wanting to read these when I was younger and starting and being really, really confused because I wasn't intelligent enough. Oops. This? No. Danielle Steele, I never read Danielle Steele. Never read it. Ooh, The Exorcist. Who gave me these like random books about witch trials, exorcisms, and then The Exorcist? Who gave me these? And what were they trying to tell me? I'll keep that. And then I think that's it. Oh, wait, no. Oh my God, August Osage County. This is a fantastic play. Probably one of my favorite plays of all time. After that, we have just kind of pictures. Oh my God, old pictures. I think that's it, guys. Oof. Oh my God, some really bad artwork. I was obsessed with Jared Leto and I drew him. This was a pretty good drawing, honestly. That was a pretty good drawing. I mean, you probably can't see it, but I used to draw a lot and I liked it. Bad, very bad, very bad, very bad. Okay, that, my beautiful friends, is basically all that we're working with. That was unintentionally an unhauling of things, but, oh, well, I definitely just destroyed something in there. But it was much overdue, and my mom was gonna be so happy to see that I've cleared out a lot of shite. All right, guys. I think you know what the deal is. You're wonderful, you're fabulous. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!